We hadn't gotten any information. No one had ever contacted the village since the recycling incinerator was supposed to be here. You would think they would have mentioned it to us, but they did not. The other statement that they're not working with us isn't true. Their answers were very good. They answered all our questions. Recycling incinerator was supposed to be here. Incinerator. It is not an incinerator, and I looked through all of their papers. I do not see once where it's mentioned. I have no idea where that word came from.
It came from the Environmental Protection Agency in a letter to Danish Mir of Sunjeel MCC Americas on July 16th of 2019, and it was signed by Robert Butner, the chief of the Air Compliance Branch. And here's what he had to say. This leads the EPA to believe that the SMCC rotary kiln dryer meets the definition of a commercial and industrial solid waste incineration unit.
They could have started digging in November. They had the right permits.
They could have started this process back in December.
That's the reason the company didn't start building in January.
Say what? So many people are terribly confused.
That's for sure. So here are some facts. The DEC did not complete their environmental review until March 27th. Not November, not December, not January, March. And 3 days later, they issued the permit. Once again, not November, not December, not January. The mayor certainly knows that the coordinated review was not complete back in November or December or January because they just ordered it on April 6th. And it wasn't completed until April 17th. By the way, the DEC said the coordinated review was done October 9th. Huh? The planning board still has not received a site plan, let alone approve it. Code enforcement still hasn't received a building permit application. And as of this date, toxic hazardous waste incinerators, high-temperature rotary kilns with afterburners, heavy metal smelters, pyrolysis and gasification units, whatever you want to call it, these are all prohibited land uses by local zoning law. Now, on April 16th, the planning board refused to endorse the zoning change for a recycling facility pending more information. There has been no public hearing, there's been no environmental impact statement, and no Type 1 seeker review, as required by law. And here's the law. Basically, if your project requires a zoning change greater than 25 acres, then it's automatically a Type 1 seeker review. By the way, this zoning change impacts approximately 560 acres. So now the three ladies on the village board are trying to change the zoning. Now the mayor says that they don't need to change the zoning because we already have recycling in our industrial zone. What? Does that even make any sense? We have to change the zoning, but we don't have to change the zoning. Okay? Now the three ladies say that if we change the zoning to permit recycling facilities, which remember, they say they do not need to do, then that will allow the Sunjeel MCC battery incinerator to be built and operated here. But by the way, it's not an incinerator. So, if you can make any sense of all this, then you're a better woman or man than I am. But these are the facts. A toxic incinerator for Endicott? No way. But what can I do? Number 1, visit noburnbroom.com and sign the petition. Number 2, contact the three ladies on the village board and urge them do not approve any zoning change to permit the toxic incinerator. Call WMBF Bob Joseph between 9:10 and 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday at 772-1290. Get on the radio or write a letter to the editor. 4, you can follow or join these pages or groups on social media. No Burn Broom, Concerned Citizens of Endicott, and Say No to Lithium-Ion Battery Incineration in Endicott. 5, And this is very important. Please attend the Zoom virtual public hearing on May 4th at 7 p.m. and let the village board know what you think about them changing the zoning to permit a hazardous waste incinerator in downtown Endicott. Thank you for watching and for caring about clean air.